Hello and welcome to the second hour of this special edition of Justice. I'm Judge Jeanine. Thanks for being with us. My opening statement is moments away, but first, Iran, the nuke deal, and the hostage swap all unfolding in the last 48 hours. Joining us again tonight to break it all down and what it means for the United States, former National Security Advisor to Vice President Dick Cheney and Senior Counselor at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy's John Hanna. John, thanks for being with us. You know, there are still so many questions regarding the optics of the release of hostages, 5 for 7 plus 14 of the Iranians coming down the pike. What do you think about the timing of all of this, and what does it mean for Americans going forward?
Well, I think it's obvious that the release of these hostages after such an extended period of time, Judge, is of course linked to the nuclear deal, that the Iranians would never have released these people unless they were getting that sanctions relief, over $100 billion in sanctions relief, in addition to the opening up of global markets to Iranian oil and tens of billions of dollars of investment in Iran. What this means at the end of the day is, A, Iran has proven again that taking American hostages is a very, very profitable business, and we should expect to see more of it in the future. But second, that Iran now is going to become the dominant political, economic, and military power in the Gulf, able to sow terrorism and instability throughout this part of the world. And in 8 to 15 years, all of these constraints from this nuclear deal go away. They will be able to produce as much uranium as they want and again, be a threshold nuclear power.
And you know what's interesting, John, that what is happening is it's not just, you know, this big power in the Gulf. They've got their tentacles in Iraq. They've got their tentacles in Syria propping up Assad. And isn't it interesting, in Iraq just today, 3 Americans with dual citizenship, I believe, with Iraq, have been kidnapped. I mean, can we expect that there's going to be more, you know, demands for more money and negotiations based on the precedent that President Obama says is a one-time thing? We're only doing this once. By the way, didn't we do it with Bergdahl and that 5-prisoner swap?
Yeah, I don't think anything can be ruled out, Judge. We don't know who took these Americans inside of Iraq. It's allegedly a militia, but the only militias that I know operating in Baghdad now are Iranian-backed militias. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see an Iranian hand behind this. Listen, since the nuclear deal was made, we have seen an endless series of challenges from the Iranians. Together with the Russians, they've escalated their military intervention into Syria. They fired off those ballistic missiles. They've shot missiles within range of the American fleet in the Gulf. And of course, we know last week they took 10 American sailors hostage for 24 hours to humiliate the United States.
Let's talk about those 10 American sailors. I mean, I was disgusted, I was devastated, disheartened to see them on their knees with their hands behind their heads, with guns at them, and the one female with the hijab or the headscarf on her head. I mean, it was so demeaning for us. And then one of those sailors apologizes to Iran, and the president touts this as a success for diplomacy. Did he not see the pictures?
He obviously didn't see the pictures, and he didn't hear what Revolutionary Guard commanders were saying to thousands of people in Friday prayer services just 2 days ago. Let me give you a couple of quotes, Judge. Revolutionary Guard commander said, "I saw the weakness, cowardice, and fear of American soldiers myself. Despite having all weapons and equipment, they surrendered themselves with the first measure to the guardians of Islam. American soldiers started crying after the arrest, but the kindness of our Revolutionary Guard made them feel calm. The Iranians are rubbing our noses in it. They humiliated the United States, and they sent a message to everybody in that region, especially the Saudis, that we're the new sheriff in town. America is leaving."
Devastating, devastating. John Hanna, thanks so much for being with us.